Hey everyone, it's Brandon with Bethany Travel, and I am here today with a very special friend of mine, and not only a good friend, but a great partner to us at Bethany Travel, Jake Coldiron.
Thank you so
Jake,
much,
thanks for
Brandon.
coming in. Jake and I are here doing a community event, but not only that, Jake is here to talk a little bit about Sandals Golf, and not only Sandals Golf, but Sandals and Beaches Resort, and why Bethany Travel loves the brand, loves the partnership that we have. So Jake, go into, for our followers and our listeners here, of what your role is at Sandals and Beaches and a little bit of how you help Bethany Travel and our partnership.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Jake Coldiron Sandals Resorts, Unique Vacations. My job is National Manager of Golf Sales, and I help travel advisors like Brandon get down to the Caribbean, let him know what Sandals Golf has to offer, bring them to our golf events, get you, the consumer, down to the Caribbean so you can see and experience our different golf destinations and what separates us from every other golf destination in the world. And I would say, Brandon, there's a few things that when people look up Sandals and golf, it doesn't matter if you've traveled all over the world and you played golf. There's not many places in the world that own golf courses and include greens fees.
Yeah,
Sandals does that.
Yeah, I agree. And we'll touch on it here in a little bit, but that is like one of the things you see all the commercials, you think it's a couples resort, but there are true golf destinations for Sandals and Beaches, and how excited you get to wake up every day and preach it to everybody of why they should go to Sandals for golf and what that comes with, the complimentary green fees and all of that.
Yeah, absolutely. So when it comes down to Sandals resorts and golf and why people choose it, it's an experience. It's not just come down to Sandals and they have a golf course. No, we have a golf course in Jamaica that we have some of the best caddies in the world.
Yeah.
We have transfers to and from. St. Lucia, same thing. We own a golf course there, a great Norman design golf course. You can play golf every single day in Jamaica, St. Lucia, and greens fees are included.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, Caribbean. Let's start with Jamaica, one of my favorite places to go, somewhere you and I have spent a lot of time playing golf, touring the resorts. Why don't we tell our followers and our clients a little bit about Jamaica golf and what it has to offer? Maybe let's start with what resorts are in Jamaica that has complimentary, that's right, I said it, complimentary golf.
Yeah, absolutely. So you heard that right. To me, that's one of the biggest drivers of why people come to golf in Jamaica. So if you stay at Sandals Ocho Rios or Sandals Ochi Beach Resort, Sandals Royal Plantation, or Sandals Dunn's River, greens fees are complimentary at those three resorts for the golf course in Ocho Rios. And best of all, transfers are included to and from. So from Sandals Ochi Beach Resort and Royal Plantation, you're 10 to 12 minutes away. From Sandals Dunn's River, you're about 20 minutes away.
That's right. Yeah, so why don't you tell me a little about, because that I absolutely love that golf course. I love the fact that it's close to the resort. You don't have to drive far. But let's talk about one of my favorite things on that golf course, and it's the caddies. Tell us a little bit, because that's a unique part of the Jamaica resorts compared to the others.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about the caddies at the course.
Absolutely. So first of all, I want to give a shout out to the caddies at Upton Estate Golf and Country Club.
Right.
Some of the best caddies in the world, not just the Caribbean, the world. I said it. So where else can you go where you pay a mandatory $25 caddy fee and you're out there for 3 to 5 hours with a caddy, and they're not just like your normal caddy. Some of them have been there for 30 years, 35 years, 20 years.
Right.
They're going to enhance, if you've never had a caddy before, they're going to enhance your round of golf, help you find your golf ball if you hit it somewhere and you don't know where it's at. They're going to tell you history of the golf course. They're going to help you line up the putt. Even if you're not a good golfer or you don't know the mechanics, they're going to help you ensure you have a good time and you know exactly the rules of golf. And best of all, Brandon, I want to talk one more thing about it is no matter where you go in the world, you're paying top dollar for a caddy. With ours, $25.
I know, that's what I was going to get to, and I've had the same two caddies every single time. Shout out to Miss Rose and Fabian. They are unbelievable people. They've become like part of my family, and it's so funny. I take my dad down there, and she calls my dad Papa, and it's just absolutely fun. But not only the great part about having a caddy, but if you forget your clubs or didn't know that there
Yeah.
was golf in Jamaica, what kind of rental clubs can they rent? What's the fee? Are those complimentary? Maybe touch on for our clients a little bit about, wait, I didn't think I wanted to play golf, but after watching this video, I think I do, but I don't want to take my clubs. Maybe talk about the partnerships that you guys have with the golf course.
Yeah, absolutely. So we do have a fully stocked golf shop in Jamaica with all the apparel, whether if it's FootJoy, it's Travis Matthew, it's if you want to get like a head golf hat, a ball marker, tees, any kind of gift item, those are available to purchase. But like Brandon mentioned, let's say you go down to Jamaica and you decide, well, I want to play golf, or I just saw this video and the golf course looks amazing, but I didn't bring my golf clubs, I don't have a hat, I don't have any of those items. So we do have a partnership with Titleist. So Titleist is the club company and the rental clubs that we use. It's $75 per set per person.
Right.
That does include a sleeve of Titleist Pro V1 golf balls. And what's best about that is these are not just your normal Titleist golf clubs. So we have Scotty Cameron putters. For those people who know about golf, Scotty Cameron putters.
You and I might be biased because that's what we use. But
exactly. So they're some of the best putters in golf. Vokey wedges, Titleist irons, Titleist woods. I mean, it's some of the best equipment you can get, not just by yourself, but it's some of the best equipment you can rent as well. And they're
for $75.
For $75, and you don't have to worry about carrying your clubs, checking your bags, making sure they got any airlines. These rental clubs are just world class.
They are.
And listen, if you haven't had a chance to play with a Scotty Cameron putter or Vokey wedges, and you're newer to golf or you're wanting to switch, highly recommend coming down to Sandals and use our rental clubs.
Yeah, so I think what to kind of finish off in Jamaica, and before we go to the next destination, maybe just touch on why you love Jamaica personally, and I'll give my little sense. Yeah. I just feel like when you go to Jamaica, a lot of people are like, oh, you go to Jamaica and you play golf. And I'll tell you firsthand, it is one of the best experiences, hands down, that I've ever had. I've played all over the Caribbean in the last, I don't know how many years, but there is nothing like arriving to Upton Estate Golf Course. You get the jerk shack most times on the turn, and it is just absolutely unbelievable. Jamaica is one of my favorite places. It has a near and dear place in my heart, but maybe just touch on, for our clients that have never been, because there's still a lot of people that have never been to Jamaica, maybe tell why you love it like I do. Yeah,
absolutely. So Jamaica has a special place in my heart. It was one of the first Caribbean islands I went to, and it was actually the first Caribbean island I went to when I started with Sandals 16 plus years ago. And Sandals has the only golf course in Ocho Rios area. And Ocho Rios is known for its exotic tours, its sightseeing. It has basically every tour excursion you could think of in the Caribbean is all in the Ocho Rios area.
Yeah.
And the golf course we have, it's 700 feet above sea level. A lot of rolling hills, elevation change. The course condition is excellent. The greens are small but challenging. The bunkers are always in good condition. We have PGA instruction down there. We have golf professionals. And so I do want to touch, Brandon, on there are 2 mandatory fees when you play golf in Jamaica that you have to pay for. And number one is your caddy fee, $25, and your cart fee, that's $30. So basically, to play golf in Jamaica, it's $55. But if you want to rent clubs, you can. We talked about that earlier. But if you want to bring clubs, you're more than welcome to. But ultimately, I just want to end on one of the reasons I love Jamaica is really it comes back to the people, but I feel like the setup is incredible. Yeah. You have 3 resorts in the Ocho Rios area. You have a beautiful golf course.
Beautiful beaches.
Beautiful beaches. You actually have a new international airport in Ocho Rios that you can fly into. It checks all the boxes, and the golf course and the staff is incredible.
Yeah, so so Jamaica is absolutely beautiful, but there are some other destinations that we're going to touch on. All right, Jake, so that was amazing talking about Jamaica there. But now let's go to the next destination. Again, it's so hard to always choose what's the best destination, but let's talk about St. Lucia. You and I were there a few Septembers ago. We had an amazing time, played some golf there, but let's talk about what resorts are in St. Lucia that also offer the complimentary golf.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So Sandals Resorts has 3 resorts in St. Lucia.
Correct.
They're all within 30 minutes of each other. So you can stay at one and visit all 3. Transfers are included between all 3. So not only do you have like 8 restaurants at one, 6 at the other, you have about 20 restaurants between 3 resorts. Where else in the world can you go and have dinner here one night, lunch over here, go to the beach there, come back, and so you pretty much got the best of all the worlds there, right?
Right.
But we do have a great setup there, so transfers are included between all 3 resorts to the golf course.
Yeah, that's amazing. So transfers, golf is complimentary, but if someone was going to do a golf trip or a golf destination, yes, there's 3 of them, but which one would you say is the best one to stay at? Meaning they're all fantastic resorts, but what is the closest? That way they can go out, play golf in the morning, come back, and be on the beach by 10:30 in the morning, 11 to have lunch and have the rest of the day.
Yeah. So when it comes to the 3 resorts in St. Lucia, they're all incredible. They're all very different. But in my opinion, if you are wanting to play multiple rounds of golf, and so like Brandon's a big golfer. He's always wanting. He's like, Jake, where am I going next? And I remember we went to St. Lucia, and we were talking about it, and we went to the Grand, and it's only 5 minutes away, maybe even less than 5 minutes. Maybe it's about 4 minutes, and I mean it's less than a mile away. Great setup. One of the most iconic Sandals resorts in the entire family. And what's unique about it is you have one of the best beaches in the Caribbean. You have Rodney Bay, which is right next to Sandals, Grand St. Lucian. Great hiking, sightseeing.
Just sitting on that beach and having the Piton Mountains around you. It's just like breathtaking.
Yeah, so and it's a great setup. I mean, no matter where you are in the resort, it's a short walk to the beach and a giant, large infinity-style pool next to the ocean. To me, it's one of the best setups you could possibly have, and the golf course being right there.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about, yes, it has the golf course or it has the beautiful resorts, but let's talk about the golf course. Tell our clients and our followers a little bit about why and a little bit about the golf course in St. Lucia.
Yeah, so the golf course is a Greg Norman designed golf course. It was redesigned by Greg and the team in 2020. It plays 7,000 yards. 7,000 yards for a Caribbean golf course is long.
It
but
is.
What's nice about it is we have different tee markers. So whether you're just beginning the game or you don't hit it that far, we do have our forward tees. We have our middle tees and we have our back tees. We have a fully stocked golf shop with all the different apparel. Some of our partners you're going to see, FootJoy, Titleist, Travis Matthew, a head, whether you want to get a polo, a ball marker, a hat, some golf balls with a logo on there, you can. We have a practice facility, driving range, putting green, chipping green. I mean, it has everything you could possibly think of at that golf course. It's right there.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about what's the difference, right? I think there's a little bit difference of the Jamaica course and this one. Does the St. Lucia course require caddies, and is there rental fees for the clubs? But let's start with the caddies. Is there caddies in St. Lucia?
So we do not have caddies in St. Lucia, but we do have a mandatory golf cart fee.
Okay.
So that golf cart fee is $50 up to 2 persons.
Okay.
So let me explain it a little in detail. So let's say Brandon and I go down to Sandals and we want to play multiple rounds of golf together. So Brandon and I, we would each pay $25. So let's say Brandon goes down there by himself and he wants to have his own golf cart, doesn't want to share with anyone else. He would pay $50 by himself, but it's up to 2 persons, $50. That is a mandatory fee. But what's excellent about that is the greens fees, as you know, are already included.
Right.
So you're just paying either $25 or $50 to play a world-class golf course, and it's 5 minutes away from Sandals Grand.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing better of waking up, going out and playing around the golf, being back to the resort
by end of breakfast.
To then have the whole still rest of the day to, you know, spend with your significant other and sit on the beach and have a few drinks and still have the whole day. But let's go from, you know, we went from Jamaica, we went to St. Lucia. You know, we talked a little bit about the rental fees, the caddies.
Yeah.
Let's talk about, is there a bar or restaurant? Because Upton Estate offers a little bit of those things. You
Yeah.
do have to pay for them,
Yep.
right? But what about St. Lucia? Because, you know, a lot of people still think that, oh, well, if golf complimentary, I
Yeah.
already paid for all inclusive at
Yeah.
Sandals Grand. What about the restaurant at St. Lucia, and
Yep.
is drinks included or anything
Yep.
like that?
No, absolutely. So we'll start with what's included when it comes to golf. So you mentioned it just now. So the greens fees are included, but the food and beverage is all an additional cost. So once you get to the golf course, you do buy your beers, you buy your, if you want to get like a hot dog, chicken, burger, chips, things like that, that's an additional cost. But what's nice about it is we do have a beverage cart available as well. So like your normal golf course you play wherever you're at in the United States, you have a beverage cart that drives around. We do have a beverage cart there, drives around. Take credit card, charge it to your room, things like that. So whatever you really want to get down there, you can. And what's nice is they do have a lot of variety. It's not just like you get one different kind of beer to choose from. You can get your local beers, your Guinness, your Heineken, and so they do have a lot of different types of beers in the Caribbean.
That's amazing. So if you've never been to St. Lucia or you've never been to Jamaica, I definitely recommend it. It is one of those two destinations are a must do if you like golf. And you know, I always say, like, yes, maybe the husband plays golf, but the wife doesn't. That's still two beautiful destinations for you to go. If you're a wife of the husband that plays and you're watching this, send your husband off. He goes play golf. You go to the spa, get a facial, get a massage. By the time you're done and he's done, you guys can meet back together for an early lunch or just go sit on the beach. But St. Lucia is another amazing destination that I highly, highly recommend you getting to. But let's touch on maybe the third destination a little bit about, you know, we touched on Jamaica, we touched on St. Lucia, that third destination.
Yeah.
All right, Jake, so we've touched on St. Lucia, we've touched on Jamaica. Now let's talk about the last destination. It's one of my favorites. It's so hard, I keep saying that, but let's talk about Sandals Royal Curacao. Let's talk a little bit about the golf course, the resort, and how beautiful the island is.
Absolutely. So let's talk about one of my favorites as well. So now I love all the resorts. They're all very different. Golf courses are all extremely different. It just depends what you're looking for. But as far as Curacao, so Sandals has a partnership with Old Quarry Golf Course. Old Quarry Golf Course goes around Sandals Royal Curacao. So we have an exclusive Sandals partnership with him. So basically, if you stay at Sandals Royal Curacao and you go to breakfast at Aeola's or you eat at one of the food trucks, the first tee is right behind.
Like, it's unbelievable.
You take 3 steps and you're on the first tee. To me, that there's no better setup in the Caribbean for golf other than Old Quarry with Sandals Royal Curacao. The partnership is just incredible, and the setup it's amazing.
Yeah, the golf course itself is absolutely beautiful. The first 3 holes are on the water. I've been lucky to play it a bunch of times, and it's such a fun, unique golf course. Maybe just touch a little bit about, you know, the holes and the layout of the golf course.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a Pete Dye design golf course, 7,000 yards. The first 3 holes are right on the ocean. And then the next about 10 holes are through the Spanish waterways. And then the last few holes it's almost like you're playing mountain golf in Arizona with a Caribbean twist.
Yeah.
Because you have cactuses on the island. The golf course is extremely green and lush. A lot of elevation change, but to me, it's one of the best golf courses in the Caribbean, and it has been voted as one of the best golf courses the last several years in the Caribbean that you can play.
Yeah, that's amazing. But let's talk a little bit about, you know, there's nothing better. We've said it with St. Lucia, especially when you're a couple minutes away, but literally you get done golf and you are 15 steps back to your room.
Yep. Back
to the beach or the pool. Just an absolutely beautiful place, and the resort itself is unbelievable.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've had an opportunity to go down here many times over the years, and so it truly is what Brandon just said. I've teed off at 7 in the morning and been back before breakfast even ends at 10:30.
Yeah.
I've played golf in the morning, got my coffee, pastry right before I teed off, and then right when I finished, you and your significant other can get breakfast, enjoy the resort, and you still have all day at the resort. To me, like that's a true golf vacation. And what's great about it is it's all right there.
It is, yeah. And the resort itself, I mean, the pool there, the infinity pools right on the beach, unbelievable. You have a steakhouse, all you can eat sushi, you have Mediterranean. It's just, I mean, you could go on and on about that resort. But what's so unique about Curacao is the ability to not only play golf, you get the resort, but being able to go off resort and experience the downtown life. And even some of the Butler categories, you get $250 of dining credit to go experience that. They want you to get off the resort and go experience that. Have you had a chance to get downtown and experience that? And I know a lot of our clients have absolutely loved it, and we loved it when we did it. It's just, it is so much fun. Yes, it's fun to be on resort and experience all of that, but there's nothing better to go trying the local foods, the local cuisines. And what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So as far as like Curacao, experience the island, to me, it's a must.
Yeah.
So you go into the town from the resort. You can actually book island routes, and you can do like with other clients staying at Sandals. You can go in and do like an excursion. They have like a walking tour. They have a shopping tour, things like that. And you're in town for a few hours. Like you just mentioned, they have some great restaurants, nightlife as well. It's it's an island where it offers so much. And to me, it's definitely it's a must. If you go to Curacao, go in and see the town, experience the culture and the food. So
yeah, I always tell clients Curacao is one of those islands everyone forgets about, because everyone wants to go to Aruba, everyone wants to go to the other islands, but everyone forgets about Curacao, and it's absolutely one of the best destinations that we can absolutely go to. So we're going to sign off here, but I just want to take a moment and thank Jake. I hope you enjoyed this information. Tons and tons of great information. Again, even if you're not a golfer, these are some of the most beautiful destinations that you'll go to with Sandals and Beaches Resorts. And so, Jake, thank you for coming today.
Thank you so much,
appreciate
Brandon.
it. I appreciate our partnership. And thank you to all of our clients that tune in weekly to watch all of our videos. As you can tell, we continue to try to pump out as much informational and honest information as possible. That way you can make the correct choice and go to the correct destination, because not all destinations are made for you, and not all destinations are the same. So we'll sign off like we always do. I don't have Cindy here, but I'll sign off as we always do. The internet's for looking, Bethany Travels for booking. Thanks, everybody.